Well, good, beautiful morning, everybody. We're just going to give people an opportunity to come in and join us. We're getting into the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, and wow, there's just so much happening right now and so fast. Today, I have with me the energy of a collective called The Ascended. And for those of you that are new here, of course, I'm a spiritual medium. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a channel, an intuitive life coach, and a spiritual medium. And I'm going to share a message from the Ascended today about the position you're in right now. All of us, not just you, not just somebody, everybody on this planet. They said you have a choice to upgrade your energy or downgrade your energy. You get to choose. This is happening. This is a real thing, whether you want to accept this or not. Good morning, Bridget. Good morning, Amanda. Good to see you, ladies. Wonderful. Hi. Glad you're joining. It's a brand new day on planet Earth. So, of course, this morning and yesterday, the sun began to become very active again. We had the calm after the storm last week, when this massive shift in human collective unconsciousness was initiated. And it is. It's a massive shift in human collective unconsciousness right now. And it's not just left in the hands of your leaders. It's not just left in the hands of your parents or your educators. It's not in the hands of your corporations and your money changers. The function of transformation and change is within every one of you to make this choice. Every one of you can upgrade your energy, that is, you can elevate your consciousness further up, or you can downgrade your consciousness lower. Only humans have the capacity to make this movement in consciousness deliberately and intentionally. Animals do not have this lateral freedom of choice in consciousness as humans do. But the predominant shift towards love that is now well underway does not negate the responsibility that each and every one of you has to still choose whether you will serve love or you will serve fear. It is very simple. It is not complex. You can evaluate your thoughts and actions and know which ones are of love and which ones are of fear. But whatever you choose now, the energy coming into your planetary system that affects your physical bodies, that affects your psychology, that affects your soul, is coming to everyone. There is no man, woman, or child that can escape from the inflow of this energy. This energy will interact with your biological, electrical, and chemical systems of your own physicality, as well as the world at large. This energy will interact with your thinking mind and your thoughts. Whatever you hold in your consciousness, whatever you are holding in your consciousness right now has the opportunity to be amplified and is being amplified. Whether your dominant beliefs or ideologies or thoughts are good or not so good, they will be amplified. For every man, woman, and child in the human collective right now, you are receiving energy that can be utilized to expand and enhance and improve your consciousness or degrade and diminish it further. We have observed how a lot of things have changed in particularly these last 300 years of your planetary system, where wealth and power have blindly assumed authority, darkening your eye from seeing the very spirit of light within you that is there. And while this is not the case for everyone, it has happened to many. And if you are willing to begin the process of at least evaluating your thoughts, at least the process of evaluating your thoughts and your words and your actions, you can know if you are being upgraded or you are being downgraded by your choices. It is not something that is imposed upon anyone. It is a gift of love, of life, of energy offered to you that you may utilize in whichever fashion you would choose to. Much the same way as you might take a lump of clay and shape it into whatever shape you want to, whatever thoughts, ideas, beliefs that you hold in your mind, whatever they may be, they will be energized by these energies coming to you, this gift of life that is coming to all of you, rich and poor, sick and healthy. Every one of you is receiving this energy and will continue to receive it in greater measure, as this is a very unique time in your experience as humans. We had articulated that there is massive change that is necessary to happen if you wish to propagate an experience that is beneficial for yourself and your species. And that shift we defined as being a shift from what you call fear to an expression and manifestation of love. And a great push has been made in these last 5 years, particularly, to move human collective unconsciousness from its fearful state to its creative state. Creation and acts of creation are functions of love, as love is a function of creation. In your endeavor to liberate yourself, or let us say upgrade yourself, it becomes very important to, in each moment, to evaluate before you say or do something. For what you say or do to others will be done unto you by the very act of speaking or doing. You embody that which you say, you embody that which you do upon yourself. The statement, "Judge not, that ye be not judged," illustrates this simple truth that was recognized well over 2,000 years ago, and far before that again. That you would think or speak or do or say unto another, you think and speak and say and do upon yourself. And so it becomes very easy then to measure, if you choose to be aware, if you choose not to be blinded by your anger, your rage, or your sadness, if you choose not to be blinded by that, then you can stop and say, this thought, this idea, this thinking is not going to upgrade me, it's going to degrade me, and it will also degrade those that I would share it with. So you have this evaluative period now. But these energies that are coming to you will increase. And we will reiterate that there is not one living soul upon this planet that will not be influenced by these energies. Not one of you. You are in a participatory environment of creation in which you all agreed to be here and do here and exist here and experience here. And so be very conscious and aware, what thought would you speak or think? And would such a thought be a gift to yourself or a burden to yourself? Will that thought be a gift to others or a burden to others? There is much confusion as to the understanding that you think that being angry somehow will give you some strength or power, and it does exactly the opposite. And so you have this time, particularly these next several weeks, once again, now that the door has opened and you've made the choice, and now the function of love is beginning to be re-articulated as a very deliberate and functional and intentional creative process. You have not just changed a government, you are changing your world. You have the opportunity to upgrade it, and you have the opportunity to downgrade it. You have downgraded it sufficient enough that the pain of such downgrading has basically inclined you all to make a different choice, to move back towards love, compassion, kindness, creativity, respect, integrity, truthfulness. And our message is not complex, it is very simple, as any of us that speak through this one will have essentially the same message. That you must consciously choose. You must root out from your mind any thoughts or ideas or beliefs that would harm yourself or others. You must root them out. Most of those thoughts are not even yours. Your so-called entertainment systems in this world have loaned themselves to corrupting your minds, to over-dramatizing the way you should perceive yourself, to cause you to be mistrustful and distrustful and even violent and aggressive towards your neighbors. So-called entertainment has unfortunately done more harm than good. And for the few of you that have enough awareness to make the distinction between the fantasy of entertainment and the reality of creation, well, you are an exceptional few at this time. But everyone has the opportunity to begin to evaluate not only what you think and speak, but what you hear and what you see. Is it of love or is it of fear? If someone says to you, they are very bad and evil, is that a function of love or is that a function of fear? Are these words of love or words of fear? There's nothing wrong with recognizing that what someone is doing is wrong and detrimental. But recognize the wrong as it is, but do not go beyond that. Do not add more to the problem than the problem already has. But watch what you let to come into your eyes and watch what you let to come into your ears. For it too can only be of love and it too can only be of fear. It can be of compassion, it can be of cruelty. It can be of peace, it can be of war. It can be of joy, it can be of sorrow. And what you would choose to think upon, so it shall eventually become. So be very mindful of your systems of entertainment and information, that the sources of these are of good report, that they come from a function that ennobles the divinity of love in its expression rather than the opposite of that. But there's not one of you here or anywhere in this world that can not play the game. You cannot sit on the sidelines. None of you can. It is impossible. Even in your passivity, you would be offering some form of love or fear to the world. So we encourage you to become more delighted and conscious and deliberate about your thinking, your speaking, your doing, that you might upgrade yourself. And it does not matter how much emotional or mental difficulty you are still in a position of unique autonomy wherein you can change and alter thought and emotion by an act of your conscious will. That you can make the distinction between a pain inside you and your awareness observing the pain. The mere act of becoming functionally aware that there is sadness, there is anger, there is hurt inside you. That moment of awareness gives you the position to recognize that you are no longer subjective to, but can operate upon that force of emotion inside yourself and effect a change in it. You can, as an act of your will, change the thinking mind. As an act of your will, change the emotional energy that is harbored in your body, because of thoughts you have accumulated or been given. For much of the thinking and believing that you think that is yours was given to you. In fact, we would be so bold to say 95% of all that you have in your mind, that you have as thoughts in your mind, are not even yours at all, but were given to you to simply accept. And even with that ratio of 95% of your thoughts, your beliefs, and your ideas not being yours, that 5% that is yours is great enough to change and overcome the 95% that might limit you. Your will is transcendent over your mind, over your emotions, over your body, when you have the experience and understanding that this is so. You can even change the tone of voice that you use in your mind and affect a change in your emotion. You can just simply change the tone of voice in your mind, which is an act of your will to do so. And in changing your tone in your own mind, you can change emotion that is in your mind. Just the simple articulation of a change in tone. And your will is always superior to your thoughts, to your memories, to your emotions, from a perspective of creation. And the way in which you become aware that you are aware, the way in which you begin to assert your authority over your mind and your emotions, will determine whether or not you are upgrading yourself or downgrading yourself. You can have many beliefs or fantasies that you are not a very good person, and you have many beliefs and fantasies about yourself as being a very good person. And the function of these fantasies, that is to say, if you think you are not a very good person, that is not true. It is simply a set of beliefs, a set of ideas, a set of emotions accumulated that you, as a function of your will, can change. It is not true, unlike your conventions of your mental sciences that say you cannot change your thoughts. You need a medication, you need a pill, you need a drug, you need something to moderate your thinking and your emoting. We say, no, that is not true. You are a divine soul. You have authority. You may defer that authority to a pill, a person, a drug, a drink. You can defer your authority, but you cannot get rid of it. And many of you have come to defer your authority of will to another. And hopefully that other has a vision of you that is greater than the one you hold of yourself, in which case you will grow and evolve under the guidance of such an individual. But if that individual gains benefit and advantage by your purchasing their pills and their drugs in order to enrich themselves, then they will simply keep you in that point of suffering because it benefits them. And your conventions now have loaned themselves and favored themselves to suffering and disease because of this concept. Because the advantage of those at the expense of the suffering of others is more important than the alleviation of that suffering. And we say to you, your will is always supersedent to any outside agency. That your will, when you understand that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, when you understand this simple truth, then you can begin to apply your function of will to release and let go of thoughts that no longer serve you. Release, transform, and let go of emotions that you harbor in your body. Let go of the suppressing mechanisms of drugs and alcohol that prevent you from realizing what we're saying, that you are this divine being that came here to learn and experience the function of creation. What a delight that is, to learn to be a function of creation made in the image and likeness of a great creator. In that context, you are as great as that hand that fashioned your consciousness to existence. Now, these energies will continue to grow in intensity. And we would strongly encourage you to evaluate what we're saying carefully. Watch your thoughts. Watch your words. Watch your actions, because they can only be the children of love or fear. There are no others. There is love and there is fear, both within you and around you. That what is around you can be of love and it can be of fear. And it's in the purview of your own consciousness to make that distinction. Is this love that this person says? Is this fear that this person says? Are they showing me a way to liberate myself from my suffering? Or are they showing me a way to simply suppress my suffering? You are at a very unique and wondrous time. Take full advantage of this. You can be elevating yourself up, and you can be downgrading yourself. You can be upgraded, you can be downgraded. You could surrender that process, that you can be upgraded by others and you can be downgraded by others. And unfortunately, many of you have been downgraded by others who benefit in profit from your suffering. And you know who they are. And there are those of great wealth and power that are now awakening from their slumber and saying, wait a minute, there is another path. And those of great wealth and power that have now awakened are they themselves walking the path of love. And they will set an example for those of you that do not have one, for those of you that have been seduced by anger and rage and judgment. You now have those who will say, no, responsibility, compassion, integrity, honesty, hard work. They will now and are rising up before your very eyes. And they will rise up in every corner of your society. Rise up with them. Flood your mind, your words, and your actions with the intention of love and goodness, responsibility. These are what give you freedom. You will not find freedom with fear. You will find it with love. And what love does and what love says. Yes. Good morning. I had to go out and enjoy a beautiful morning. It's just so beautiful outside this day, isn't it? You know, even if you've got clouds overhead, it's a beautiful day. You know, you can never repeat the same moment twice. Good morning, everybody. Thank you to the Ascended. I appreciate that message. Thank you, whoever subscribed to me on TikTok. I really appreciate that. Yes. A question from Jonavi. I've been having strange sensations in my lower pelvis. Just started happening a few days ago. Is there something wrong? Do I need to see a doctor? Thank you. Jonavi, I know you're one of the students in Masterclass 101. And tonight you're getting prepared. A lot of people are getting prepared for our tonight's masterclass, of course, which is all about activating the different chakras in the body. Chakra activation, very important. Have no concern about this. Your lower energy centers are becoming very active right now. And this is happening with a lot of people. It's where a lot of anger and violence and aggression comes from these lower energy centers in the body. For those of you that are hearing this response to a question, in our Masterclass 101, we go through a range of different mechanisms and processes that the Ascended Masters channel through me and our other mediums that you start to shift and change your own biology and your own psychology. And tonight we're in our class, we're into our second week of the course. And tonight in the class, we're working on the different energy chakras, the crown, the third eye, the throat chakra, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacrum, and the sacral chakra, the root chakra. And all these energy centers in your body have an effect. And most people are trapped in their lower chakras or energy centers. Joe Dispenza refers to them as energy centers. Eastern mysticism refers to them as chakras. And those lower places in the root chakra and the sacral chakra are animal nature, our survival nature, our procreative nature, how we make babies and things like that, comes from those lower energy centers, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root chakra. And tonight, Janavi, we're going deeply into that. We're going to activate and amplify these different energy centers, and then we're going to move the energy from one set of centers to another. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun, so have no concern. Wait until after the class. Your body's going to feel very differently after tonight's masterclass. Grand Rising, absolutely. It's a beautiful day here too in Connecticut. Wonderful. I think CT is Connecticut. Yeah. Are there any medications or outside tinctures that are good? Yeah, it's I know. Drusilla here saying I've been calling the pedophiles evil, and as wrong as we know that is, and it is evil. It's how you address them. These are people that are stuck in their animal nature. They're stuck, and a lot of people are stuck in these lower energy centers, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, particularly. And so sense pleasure for my senses. That's what those lower energy centers, how much can I taste good and feel good, and sex and drugs and rock and roll come from those lower energy centers. It's why a lot of early part of last 20th century, a lot of people rose up about rock and roll. They got really upset about rock and roll, because rock and roll, as much as we can love the rhythms, and I love rock and roll myself, if it gets you trapped in your lower sexual, creative, survival systems of the body, then it's not a very good thing for you, right? But you do have to recognize that these beings, greedy people, sexual deviancy, these things are products of people that are stuck in the body as the locus of their identity. They're stuck in the need for sensation, and they don't know how to move the energy. They don't know how to move that energy out of being stuck in that spot. So they live, and I've run into people that have been in that realm sometimes for many lifetimes, who have been stuck in those lower centers. People that end up in very violent and aggressive situations, like people in war, are often people trapped in those lower energy centers. People that are in greed are trapped in those lower centers because they want stuff and sensation and pleasure, right? And nothing wrong with pleasure, but when that pleasure causes you to ignore or negate the effects of your acquisition of that pleasure upon others, then you're not living as a human, you're living as an animal, quite simply. Anyway, that's what they tell me, and I'm paraphrasing a lot of what they say. But yeah, you don't want to use a tincture for that, Drusilla. What you want to do is you want to learn how to take that energy from those lower centers and draw them up. And the students that are with us tonight will learn that process. In our Master Class 102, you'll learn how to do that to a more in-depth state. Again, and you want to sign up for Master Class 102 and learn how to work with your energy centers, your chakras, how to move that energy, how to get out of being caught up in the sensation of addiction, the sensation of emotion, because you want to be in that state of anger and judgment. Those are all just lower chakra energy. Anger, fear, rage, guilt, shame. That's when you're trapped in lower energy centers, right? You want to raise yourself up. Hi. John Avi is saying, in pranic healing, they say that the root chakra needs to be large in order to be wealthy. Isn't that fascinating, right? Wealth, from a material perspective, absolutely correct. If your root chakra is really supercharged, then you're going to be really engaged in control and power over time, space, and matter. You're going to want to feel the thrill of having authority and power. But a greater authority and power is the power and authority of the spirit, to be able to elevate that energy from survival to creation, so that you're actually deliberately and intentionally using the function of the lower vibrational energies for compassion and kindness and helping others and doing good things that make life a better place to exist. Question: Should I offer channeling card readings to the public? Which platform is best? Use any and all platforms at your disposal, Daniela. Use any and all platforms at your disposal. Right? It's not just about offering card readings. Card readings give you a doorway to activating clairvoyance and clairaudience, clairsentience and claircognizance. Divination tools like crystals, wands, all these things, rods, all those are tools to help you activate your internal senses. Once those internal senses are activated, you won't need the cards, you won't need the rods, you won't need the crystals, because you'll be tapped directly into source. And you can let's just let that flow through you. But yeah, choose any platform, but be clear about your intention. Be clear about your intention. Whether you are going to use these devices called cards or rods or crystals, whether you're going to use these devices or not, understand that the primary goal is to empower, inspire, liberate, and uplift others. At least that, from our perspective, is the more preferable way to do such a thing. Yes. Hi. What's my zodiac sign and rising? Do I know? I know. I can tell you that I'm a Libra by star sign. I'm a Libra. I believe I was born in the early morning. I don't know my planets ascending, descending. It doesn't matter. At this point, those things do not matter as much as me being able to commune and connect to the source of my life. That is the source of all life. Because that transcends or trumps anything in this world. When you get connected to your divinity, you won't want to depend upon the world. You'll be here to give to the world. Right? It's a very different thing. But yeah, I'm a Libra. I don't know what my rising is. Hello, Curly's asking about her life partner and how. For those of you that are looking for a life partner, it's very important that you get into a state of love and grace. If you're looking for a partner to be more happy and fulfilled, no, I wouldn't do it that way. I did it that way for years. It doesn't work. If you become fulfilled and happy, then your partner will show up. Everything you need for fulfillment and happiness, when you start feeling fulfilled, when you start feeling the joy of your being, then everything that represents that joy will show up for you. People, events, and circumstances are a direct reflection of what you are holding in your mind consciously or unconsciously. What you hold in your mind or what you hold in your heart. These two elements, the conscious and the unconscious, are precisely, exquisitely reflected in your current life. That's the truth. Everything in your conscious mind and in your unconscious mind is accurately reflected as the experiences in your life. Then you can consciously change your unconscious mind. And when you start learning how to do that, then you can start to bear witness to the magic of how experiences start to show up around you. So with regard to relationship and partnership, you want to get yourself into a state where you feel that fulfillment won't come from a relationship, but fulfillment relationship will come about because of your fulfillment. Your sense of well-being and happiness will bring it to you. It will. Your sense of well-being and happiness will bring it to you, right? Bazia, any message about my friendship with Marius? We reconnected 3 years ago, and I was wondering, what does he feel towards me? Well, you're asking to get a cheat code here, Bazia. I can tune into his energy. But I'm being told to tell you, it is time you take the step. Stop waiting. Take the step and ask what you have not been asking. Men are very three-dimensional in so many ways that you have to say what you want to say for the man to actually hear it. Men are not mind readers like women. Men don't have that intuitive ability to develop the same way women innately do. We can develop it, but you have to say what you're not saying so he consciously knows what you're seeking. And if what he is seeking is not in alignment with what you're seeking, then by asking him and sharing that consideration with him, because you know what I'm talking about, by sharing that consideration you've had about him, hiding it from him for these 3 years, if he rejects it, then what you've been wanting will come. But as long as you're holding there, not saying anything, you're putting your life on hold, and you're putting somebody else's life on hold, the person that wants to come into your life. Someone wants to come into your life, don't hold it up. Speak. Speak, speak. What is the meaning behind the dream I had last night? It's funny you asked that question, Bridget, because the first thing that came to my mind is a Monty Python song from a movie called The Meaning of Life, where there's a song that goes, always look on the bright side of life. That's what I'm getting immediately when you ask that question. That song playing in my head, always look on the bright side of life, right? That's what I got. Like that, when that happens. Hi. Can I hear from Kuz Ushwa? Of course you can. You just have to open your mind. My partner is based in fear. Am I making any progress in bringing in more love and light? I get a strong yes for that. You can also talk to his higher self. Send love to his higher self. Send love to his mind. Send love to his soul. Like, you can transmit love. We do it all the time. Every one of you, every one of us in this physical dimension are transmitting and receiving stuff all the time. It doesn't just happen sometimes. You're always transmitting and receiving energy. Always. Always. And so are other people. You have choice over what you can transmit, and you have choice over how you will receive. But you have no choice over the fact that you are always transmitting and you're always receiving. That's always going on. So transmit love and joy and happiness to his higher self. Send to him the energy you want him to receive. And then watch and observe how he responds to it, because it'll happen. It'll happen. It's really a remarkable thing, creation. Okay, when you're dealing, okay, understand, Jonavi, you're asking a medical question. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a medical intuitive. I receive information when questions are asked. I receive information when I ask questions. For this little one, what's really important is to take the hands, especially with the palm area of the hand, on both hands, and put them to either side of where his physical heart is. And allow the energy from your hands, the palms of the hands, to flow freely to his heart. You know, in classical Reiki, that's what they do. They allow the energy to passively flow. But what they're saying to you right now is to formulate the joy of a healthy heart. When you're doing this, to formulate the joy of a healthy heart. Okay? The joy of a healthy heart. And transmit that into his physical heart. Okay? And then make sure you get him tested again in about 4 weeks' time. But do that every single day. Or whoever's whoever's got that child, teach them to do that. The palms of the hand must go over each side of the physical heart, and tell the individual to feel the flow of energy going to the heart from the hands, with the understanding that it is a beautiful heart, a strong, healthy, beautiful heart. And just stay in that thought form and allow that energy to go into the heart of that 3-year-old physical body, right? You can heal their heart. Yeah, we won't do that. I don't have a lot of time. I got somebody coming in to do some repair, and I've got a bunch of readings today, so I want to be prepared for that. It's just but a scratch, yes. I know that. Hi. William, do you see my wife and I getting our home back, the one which is being sold? Darren, it's interesting you asked that question. I feel that there is a home for you, but that it's not. I'm told to tell you you can have it back if you want it back, but it's important that you ask that to be delivered to you. You ask for that way, that mechanism to be delivered to you. Somebody else has jumped in there saying there is some creative financing you can do. I don't know who he is, but he's a male, strong male. He's saying there is some creative financing you can do if you want to keep the house. But yeah, but I'm also being told it's not necessary. You have a home. Yeah. Don't be afraid of going to a new home either. Don't be afraid of going to a new home. Hello, William. Am I holding on to or releasing something in my neck lymph node? Thank you. Yes, a lot of people are getting this too, Amanda, not just you. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. A lot of people are getting a lot of physical symptomology from these energies from the sun. You have to understand that the sun and the earth and you are interactive. Just like the space around your body and the space around the people around you is interactive. We are all transmitting and receiving energy. The sun is transmitting and receiving energy. It doesn't just transmit it, it receives it too. So yeah, a lot of people are going to find lymph nodes. Exercise will be very important. Drinking good, healthy amounts of water for your body and your body type and your body weight. Drink remineralized Celtic sea salt water if you can. Go out and ground in the earth. But yeah, a lot of people, the lymph node systems are really becoming active because these energies from the sun are amplifying what is held in the system. If I tune into you, no, this is a physical thing. This is an activity. This is a health practice. This is a physical activity you need to get engaged in for that. I don't know if you're doing yoga or not, but I'm being told that would be very, very good for you. That a yoga practice would be very, very good for you, Amanda. Very, very good for you right now if you're not doing it, especially around the neck and this part of the lymph system. Remember, there's so much lymph in the body. It's trying to remove toxins. Hi. Came and it went, didn't it? Thank you, Bazia. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. Is the negative energy cleansed from me? If I tune into you, yes, it has been cleansed from you, and you have the choice to leave it out or invite it back in again. Release your remaining fear around this negative energy. Release your remaining fear around this negative energy. So you can go get a treatment from somebody. They get a Reiki treatment or a healing treatment, and it gets cleared out. But then you go back to thinking and going to the same fearful thoughts. Release the thinking that was connected to that fear. You've got to release it completely and fully. How are we doing here, William? Very good. Hi, guys. Hi, William. I joined Masterclass 101 and have missed the first week. What time is class tonight? Class is at 4 p.m. The masterclass is at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and our Monday, Wednesday classes are 1 to 2 hours long. And I hope you've been going to the group wall and going through the videos of the lessons from last week, right? because again, the new dates for the Masterclass 101 are on the wall, but you did request that you wanted to join now. So it's going to be very exciting tonight, because you're going to be doing activating your chakras. It's going to be very exciting, and moving and learning how to move energy through the body into different points. Our Masterclass 101, for those of you that are wondering, is an introductory course into mediumship and energy work, an introduction to healing your mind and your body. It's a very beautiful and in-depth course that the Ascended Masters gave us to teach. So yeah, it's at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wonderful. Thank you for asking. Hi, William. Any message for me, please? And thank you. Hi, Patty. I don't know why I'm being shown this little tiny child that's curled up in a ball crying. I'm being shown this tiny little child, like literally curled up in a ball crying. And again, I don't try to analyze myself. I just, what's this mean? Yeah. You need to get out and play. That's one aspect. What's the other aspect there? Releasing the hidden. Releasing the hidden. What do you mean by that? These painful experiences that you have had that have not been relinquished emotionally from your body need to be released. You need to release and relinquish these old pains and fears that you still hold in your body. Right? It won't be that difficult, I'm told, as well. It won't be that difficult. A lot of people don't realize, is my sister Kim still doing drugs? Wow. In a very, yeah. I'm being told, someone's telling me not to say anything on that. It's necessary that you have faith and love and hold in your mind her happy life. Hold in your mind her happy life. See her in the joy of being free of these drugs that you speak of. Hold that in your mind. Offer her your support in this way, that you see her vibrant, healthy, strong, and free. And address her and treat her this way, and you shall be surprised. That is the best way to assist those you love. Instead of being angry and frustrated or fearful about them, do not give them your fear and your anger and your frustration. It does not help them. Give them your patience, your compassion, your understanding. It will make it much easier. Wow. What is my source? Well, today the source is a collection of Ascended Masters that define themselves as a collective called the Ascended. But my source is the same source that's beating your heart. It's the same source that beats every heart on this planet. It's the same source that tells the tree to grow and the bird to fly. It's the source that tells the sun to shine, the earth to grow and blossom. So the source is the same source within all of us. I am not special or more special than anybody else. You have this source inside you. It does for you what it does for me. It beats your heart 72 times a minute. It loves you equally as it loves me. So if you want me to give it a name, I would say that God is my source. Right? But in the realm of God, there are many different beings. Is there anything my guides want me to be doing right now? We got that. Why are wild mushrooms good for us? Because they contain the essence of earth consciousness. They contain the information of earth consciousness. Right? That's what wild mushrooms do. I love wild portobellos. They're wonderful. Hi there, beautiful. How do you get a reading? Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and you can choose the date and time of your reading directly from the calendar in the section for readings on my website. So it's williammichaelforbes.com. And a reading with me will be very profound. It will be exactly what you need at this time. And I cannot tell you how many times you can go to my testimonials page on my website and you'll see what people have experienced and felt about having a reading with me. There's hundreds of testimonials there. We got that. My aunt has been suffering from stomach pain for months. Any insight I can give her? Yeah, again, she's holding on to a lot of really painful energy. She's holding on to a lot of really painful energy. And I'm getting, yeah. I'm not going to go into the details about it, but just tell her to, instead of attacking the pain, instead of being afraid of the pain, to love the pain. It sounds the opposite of what you want to do, but to give your love and grace to the pain, to not ignore it, to not negate it, because that's what happened. A part of her, she's literally ignored a part of herself for many years. And that's manifested as the symptomology of the stomach. And many physical dis-ease. I'm not talking about diseases, I'm talking about dis-ease. Many dis-eases in the body are products of old emotions that we compartmentalize away in our bodies. And they resurface when they're denied sufficiently enough. They'll resurface because the emotions can't stay hidden. They have to move. Energy has to move. Right? And Qigong, it's very true. Energy has to move. But yeah, she needs to really get into a transcendent and loving relationship with that pain in the stomach. Right? You cannot book a reading with me on my YouTube channel. You have to go to my website. Well, you can get the link for my website from my YouTube channel under the description box. You'll see where you can book a reading. There's a link to book a reading directly with me. Thank you so much. Hi. You're very welcome. Is there anything my body needs right now? Curly, I love how persistent you are. Will my sister KK yellow set sell soon? As soon as she releases the fear, as soon as you release the fear that it's not selling, release the fear. Don't entertain the idea that it's not selling. Get excited. It's going to sell. Get excited about it. Get excited. Energy organizes our experiences. Emotion organizes our experiences. Very simple. Right. Hi. Hi there. Good to see you. Hi. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for the badges and the gifts. Watching from Manitoulin Island, Canada. Hello, Lucy. Good to see you again. Glad you're here. Manitoulin. We had people from South Africa here yesterday, or the day before. Hello, Karma Queen. Will my investment come through this week? I'm getting a strong no, that it's still in the momentum stage. I'm being told to tell you it's still in the momentum stage. Yeah, it might even be as long as an additional week, but it is coming through. It's just there's still a momentum stage that it's in right now. Be mindful of that. Again, that's not financial advice. That's just the information I just received. Hi. Hi there. Oh, hi, Thwee. William, I may have many fears that I want to eliminate them properly, like fear of water creatures from muddy water, like lake, ocean, and on land. I'm fearful of wild animals and evil people. That's okay. Thwee, you're in our Masterclass 101, and you are going to learn to transcend those fears. Like you can do that. Fear is usually what is remembered and not what actually is. But you need to learn how to interact with the energy, and you will. In the coming weeks, you'll start to change some of that. Maybe bring it up in the class tonight, and we'll have some fun with how that gets transcended. Hi. Would God, Creator, elongate my life? Of course, if it's going to be of service. Hi. My son has been in an accident in the past. Do you see any herbal medicine that can help him cope with the pain? Hi, Lucy. Thank you for asking the question. Yeah, I can feel that. So listen, I don't know. I mean, if your son is really wanting to alleviate his pain, have him book a reading with me. Have him book a half-hour reading with me, and he'll get a tutorial in how to interact and shift and change the energy of his pain. Because the pain from the accident is because the emotional trauma is still stored in the body. The trauma of the event is still stored in the body. He has to learn how to release the memorized trauma. In PTSD, it's the same thing. It's a memorized trauma. I went through 7 years of sexual abuse at the hands of a stepfather, and I had PTSD. I held on to a lot of pain and anger and emotion around those events, and it made me become an alcoholic and a drug addict and a criminal. A lot of my emotional energy was transformed into that expression. And he needs to learn how to release that emotional trauma from the accident. Every event in your life creates a sensation. If it's a good event, then we like that sensation. You go on a ride, you enjoy, oh, I like that, that's fun. But if it's a trauma, it's you don't want to hold on to the energy of trauma. You want to learn how to release that energy from the body. He needs to learn to do that. You go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, and help him out with that. Well, hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Welcome. Been feeling physically drained. Do you see anything about me physically? Listen, it's important I say this because a lot of you have been bringing this to my attention. I get emails about it as well. Listen very carefully. The energy from the sun is affecting every single living thing on this planet and the planet. These are called ascension energies. You need to go outside, put your bare feet on the ground. You need to ground your energy. You need to be drinking proper, healthy amounts of water. You need to exercise. You take your muscles out for a ride. Give them some activity. Give your muscles some playtime. Give them some strength. There's nothing wrong with you. Grounding is so important. It cannot be underscored enough. Get your feet on the ground. If you're in a cold, wintry climate, then find a tree. Or find something that's connected or buried in the ground that you can connect to with your hands. Right, but make certain if you're in some place like Nunavut or something like that, because we've had people from Nunavut come on, you want to make certain that it's not outside where your hands are going to freeze onto a pipe or something. Go to your basement of your home. There's usually pipes underneath that go into the ground. Hold those. They're grounded. They'll ground you. But you need to be grounded. A lot of people are feeling intense fatigue, headaches, nauseousness, ear ringing. This planet is being bombarded right now by an energy. We call it ascension energy. Science calls it gamma rays, cosmic rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, and there's a range of cosmic rays. There's different bandwidths that they don't measure that are affecting us. So you want to keep your energy high. Be grounded. Keep yourself grounded, please. Be grounded. And drink lots of water. Water is a good, healthy electrical conductor for your body. So if you don't have enough water in your body will not be able to assimilate and process these energies effectively. Anyway, yeah, go out and ground right now. Go stand on the ground for 15 minutes, bare feet, on the earth, not on cement, on the earth. Or go stand on the edge of an ocean or on the beach. I got enough time for 2 more questions, then I got to go. Message as to why do I have pain in my heel and how to heal it. Hi, Janine. Again, grounding will be very helpful for the heel. Go find a place on the earth where you can put that heel down. And when you put your heel to the ground, pay close attention to the sensation between the foot and the earth. Feel the energy, the flow of what happens between the heel and the foot, even though the heel's on the ground. Feel what happens between the two and keep your awareness there and just allow what happens to happen. You don't have to do anything when you're grounding, just allow it, right? Just allow it. Oh, I see. Yeah, I understand, Curly. Yeah, I know I was away. Kels wants to know if she's going to get a job soon. Again, open yourself to the job. Don't say, I need a job. I'm open to it. Even thinking that way, I need a job versus I'm open to it. Feel the difference in the energy, Kels. Right now, like do that right now. Say, I need a job. Feel how that feels. And then go, I'm open to a job. I'm open to receiving. Feel the difference in that energy between I need a job to I'm open to receiving a job. And keep going the interviews, but stay in that energy of being I'm open to receiving a job. Even when you go to the interview, don't I need a job, go I'm open to receiving a job. Have that energy. It'll happen very quickly. I'm told within 7 days. If you can shift your energy into that, I'm open to receiving a job. Not to I need it, I'm open to receiving. I hope you understand the distinction between it. I hope you just did what you're told to do. That's one. Let's get one more. Yeah. Yeah, well, three, let me tell you something. Three, only love can enter your space. Only love can leave your space. Am I on the, Ryan's asking, am I on the right path right now? Yes, you are. Everyone is. Fee's asking, love to everybody, feeling truly discombobulated. The saga with the neighbors really downgrading me. Why is it so difficult to let go of hurt after injustices? Well, like I said, if you hold on to something, if you hold on to a rock that is too hot, it will burn your hands. Learn to let go. Let go of your anger, let go of your fear, let go of your judgment, and let go of other people's anger and fear and judgment because they'll project it at you. And just let it go. It's theirs. Don't take on their energy. Don't take on their anger. Return their anger to them with love and grace. You can give anger back. You say, I return this to you with love and grace. Don't say that to me because they won't understand. They'll think you're crazy. But in your own mind, say, I return this anger to them with love and grace. Don't say, I want them to feel what they made me feel. No, I return their anger to them with love and grace. Do that. It's very exciting. I want to say thank you, everybody. I want to wish you a wonderful, joyful day. I look forward to seeing you guys on the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Also, for those of you that are interested, our Masterclass 102, which is considered one of our most impactful courses for those of you that are dealing with mental and emotional issues. Our Masterclass 102 is one of our best. We cannot say enough good about it, but you'll be working with the Ascended Masters on how to heal your mind and body, how to restore yourself to who you really are. You got less than 3 weeks now to sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, sign up today. Again, there's a limited time and there's limited seating for it. So have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. And I will see all of you guys on the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye for now, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day.